The kids are leaving home and it is affecting our marriage. That's today's topic. If you need help with your marriage, download our free marriage repair handbook at hopeformymarriage.com. This is a very timely topic in our household. We have three children. Our oldest is coming up on his 32nd birthday. He's married, has his first child, so we are proud grandparents. Our middle son is 24 years old. He is getting ready to move to Florida in a little over 6 weeks and launching out, and so he will no longer be with us. And our daughter is 20, getting ready to turn 21. She is engaged. We'll be getting married this fall, and she is also moving off. And so we are empty nesters. And one of the things that we are both having to work through is the fact that as our role is changing, as we are bringing our active parenting to a close, it's causing some issues sometimes in our marriage. And when I say issues, these aren't negatives, but for my wife, there's a sense of loss, a bit of sadness. And there are times where she's just emotional because this part of her life, she's been a mom, an active mom, raising kids in the house for nearly 32 years. And that season is coming to an end. And so she's having to redefine who she is. And at the same time, I'm having to redefine who I am. Now, it's not as emotional for me. Now, granted, there's a little tug at the heart, but more of what it is for me is I'm now having to change focus a little bit to help comfort her and help her navigate through this change of season for her. She'll be the first to tell you all she ever wanted to be was a wife and a mother. And so this motherhood side, although it's not finished, the side she always dreamed about really has come to completion. And maybe that's why in God's goodness we have our offspring have their offspring and we get grandchildren. But the reality is it does change the dynamics of our relationship. Now we have to focus on what are we going to do in the days and years ahead. What is our life going to be about now that it's not about sporting events and band concerts and school events? What does it look like for us? Now, fortunately, we began to think through those things, about 20 years ago, because we knew this day would come. Our oldest son is obviously older than the other two. And so we got a little head start on making that prep. It's one of the reasons that we do date nights every week. It's one of the reasons we do our surprise date one weekend a month. It is just because we knew there would come a day where if we didn't, we would wake up and look at each other and go, "Who are you?" And we didn't want to come to that point. But here's what I want to say. For husbands, have grace for your wife as she navigates through this changing season. Just understand that's been such a big part of her life. That is the offspring that she carried for 9 months. And there is a special bond between a mother and her children. At the same time, for a wife, understand that your husband isn't going to exactly know how to deal with what you're feeling and what you're going through. And so have patience with him as well. But as a couple, what I want to encourage you to do is begin to dream big, make your goals, and find some new experiences together so that the best of your life isn't in the rearview mirror, it's still ahead of you. Here in the last year, we've bought a course and learned to dance. We've started our surprise dates. We went to Alaska for the first time a few weeks ago for our daughter's engagement. We're looking forward to some other travel things. We're talking about buying an RV so we can go see the kids but not have to stay in their house. And so, those are the things that we're starting to talk and dream about. And we're going to find some other adventures to get into. Right now, it's wedding season. Our daughter's getting married in October, and so that's the focus for right now. But that's going to bring its own adventures with us. And so these are some things that I hope you find helpful. It all still comes down to communication, having grace, having patience, and just dreaming and having fun together. You'll navigate this season just like you do every other season, and God willing, hopefully there'll be some grandchildren in your future very quickly, because they really are a joy to have. And the great thing is, at the end of the day, you can hand them back to their parents. And so, hope you find this helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon.